Mama's Tidbits. I've been to the beauty shop, not the beauty shop. My friend gave me a home permanent. She takes care of me. I tell her to keep me as beautiful as she can. But anyway, I'm in better condition today. The Invisible Piano by Wilhelmina Dunbar. God is beyond good, and sometimes he makes that very tangible. God is so good to us. Hurry up, Will. I'm picking you up in 10 minutes. We're going to Joburg. That was our friend Pat Dutoit on the telephone. That unforgettable November morning of 2008. He would give me no further information. I'll tell you in the car, was all I could get out of him. I had just emerged from relaxing in a warm bathtub and naturally was most curious why I was being given such a few minutes to get myself ready for an unscheduled trip to Johannesburg, must be South Africa. I found two traveling companions in the car, Gladys Leone and Pat's wife, Margie. We were all curious to know why we were going to Johannesburg, and Pat began to explain. But let me backtrack somewhat. We were all members of the same church choir, and the choir needed an instrument for an upcoming music program. The piano we used for practicing was a fairly large instrument on loan to the church, and it needed to be returned to its owner. We were in need of a lower piano that would allow me as choir director and pianist to have contact with the choir members. We had borrowed a keyboard on previous occasions, but that never worked as well as a piano. And finding a suitable instrument had become a matter of urgency for the whole church. Pat explained that he had a surprise telephone call from an anonymous donor. Who on earth could afford to donate a piano? That was the thought going through all of our minds. Pat told us he had called every conceivable source to find a second-hand instrument, but none of them had anything readily available, which in itself seems strange. Usually one can find a second-hand instrument quite easily. We had a good laugh when he told us he had called Yamaha dealers in Johannesburg, who told him that they had only motorbikes for sale. However, they did refer him to their music warehouse, whose manager said something strange to Pat. He asked him, "Why are you calling me today?" Pat explained that we were urgently looking for a piano. "But why are you calling me today?" he asked again. "Don't you want a sale?" Pat replied. Then the miracle began to unfold. The manager told Pat that something inexplicable had happened in their warehouse. They had found a brand new piano, which had been off the market for more than 30 years, unopened in its wooden case. It seemed to have been overlooked for many years, but why, they could not say. "You will not find this model anywhere in the world on the floor of any of our dealers. It's obsolete," he said. "The price? You can have it for less than half the price of current models," he added. No wonder Pat was excited. He had been thinking of a second-hand piano. Now a brand new instrument could be bought for the amount of money available. But how was it possible that no one had noticed this piano on the warehouse floor for all those years? We were convinced that God had kept it invisible because he knew of our need so many years in the future. Says the Lord through the prophet Isaiah, "And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear." Isaiah 65:24. We arrived at the Yamaha agent Lovemore's music shop to view this wonderful gift. And there it was, a beautiful brand new rosewood piano. Even the wood was the right color and would match the interior of our church. God does everything right, doesn't he? It was a genuine Yamaha model of many years ago. I knew because I have an identical model presently in my daughter's home. As I sat down and let my fingers run over the lovely keys, I decided that Majesty should be the first anthem I would play. You know that song? Beautiful. It was a favorite of the choir, and it needed strong sounding chords. As I played, I noticed an audience gathering round in the music store. I played on, and Gladys then took her turn. We were thrilled beyond words. The assistants stated that they had never heard such beautiful music. Did heavenly musicians assist us? I'm sure they did. Pat, we noticed, had moved off to one side where he was in conversation with the manager of the outlet. Pat had convinced him that we needed an even larger discount on the piano for a cash deal. "Do you want me to cry?" he asked Pat. But he dropped the price by another third of the half price originally quoted. Blessings more than we could ever thought possible. The piano was delivered the following day, just 2 days before our musical program. It came in time to be placed strategically for our final choir practice that evening. What a wonderful God we serve. He answered our need in such a timely manner, even before we asked. We had a wonderful music program. The choir sang as never before, their gratefulness resounding through the church, and the loud amens from the audience added to their enthusiasm. We will never cease to be grateful to our anonymous donor, still unknown to us. God moved upon the heart of this person at a time when we were in need. We had no funds to purchase another instrument, but our greatest appreciation goes to our loving Father in heaven, who is not unknown. He knew our need long before we ever thought to make it known. What a gracious God we serve. His Majesty deserves all the honor, glory, and praise and worship due to him from our grateful human hearts. Isn't that a beautiful story? How God provides for his children. Written by they call her Wilhelmina Dunbar, a retired musician from Heidelberg College in South Africa, where for many years she served as head of the music department. At present, she and her husband are living in the Advent Haven Retirement Village in Heidelberg, South Africa. God bless you.